Alright, I just wanted to post an updated video on this radio I'm working on. And I think I pretty much got the radio portion of the set working how I want it to work. And I got this section over here all finished up. I would show you the underneath, but I don't want to have to flip this up and over. I got the capacitors up here off the controls replaced. I got everything replaced basically, and tested voltages and all that. I'm good. And I was doing alignments on it because in my last video I was saying that the AM couldn't get anything on it, and now it's working. It was just a case of the alignment was severely out. So I've got it on phono right now, and let's put it on AM here. Turn it up a little. See if we can dial anything in here. Oh, I thought I hit AM. Must hit shortwave or something. No, I did. Okay. Broadcast. There we go. Turn it down a little bit.
Would be someone's hero of the week, but hero is spelled G-Y-R-O. Greek. It's a good hero. Yeah.
So I don't know what station that is, but
I got you, brother.
came right up.
I'm with you, George.
So the AM's working.
Sorry, my crew doesn't get it.
Oh, now I get it.
There's the Mexican radio station. Let's see if I can find my generated tone here. Should be in here somewhere. Sorry if I sound a little hoarse. I think I'm getting a little sick. Just after Christmas is great. So where's my tone out of the RF signal generator? And I was using my oscilloscope to peek it out with, and it worked pretty good. So let's end the tone there. We don't need to hear that. Turn it up a little bit.
My parents, the kind of thing that you got. But my wife is very much that way. And so my kids are a little bit more that way than I am. So, you know, since I discovered this idea about anointing being petting...
Voices on the oscilloscope. Wonder if you can get a copyright thing for Mexican music.
I want cash.
How much?
No, what's room service costs here? I'm partying with any of it. That's my thing.
But anyway, the shortwave works also, but I haven't got a antenna hooked up to it, because they, in the book here, they wanted you to do the shortwave alignment along with the AM alignment. I guess I haven't showed this book, but this is what I've been using. Let's have a look-see. So there's a 3-page fold-out schematic of the radio. And with this big a radio, this schematic has been invaluable, basically. Parts list. This is kind of hard to do with one hand and holding the camera too. So we'll fold this up a little bit. At the very end, it has the alignment procedures. And this is the book here. I wish I had one for the phonograph, because I'm going to start doing the phonograph. But it gives you kind of a precursor to what you're looking forward to. And then it gives you each section, like this is the power supply section. And it shows you everything in the power supply that should be working, gives you test points, gives you a troubleshooting section, a troubleshooting procedure, and it does that for each section. This is the section 2, which is the audio circuit section. So this book has been really handy for the radio. IF detector section, AVC circuit, and I believe this is the last section here. It's kind of stuck together. And this is the RF converter circuit. Troubleshooting section. That's the book I've been using. Very handy. And let's see, I got it on shortwave, but I don't think we'd pick anything up, to tell you the truth. Especially down here in the basement. Maybe at this end of the dial we might get some noise. No, not really. So anyway, let's turn the volume down and we'll go to FM. Let's see what we can find for a sec. Some churchy stuff. So anyway, yeah, the radio's working pretty much how I want it to work, and I think I've got it done now. I had in this section over here the scratch, what they call it in the book is the scratch eliminator section, but got some pieces here I'll show you. Had a couple of 330K resistors that were just totally burned up that I found down in there. They were kind of buried under a capacitor, so they were kind of hard to see, but you can see it. Both of them were hooked up in a voltage divider configuration, and it got so hot that they were mounted on the very end of the terminal strip in there, one of the terminal strips, and got so hot or whatever it burned up the terminal strip. And so when I was taking them off, it just fell off. Basically, it wasn't even hooked up. So what I had to do was, instead of replacing the entire terminal strip and tearing that down, because it was kind of a long one, eight lug or something, I just drilled a hole and mounted one of these what the hell do you call these things? But anyway, it's isolated. Your mounting from your chassis mount here is isolated, so there's no continuity through it. Let's see if I can show you. So that screw right there is the mount for it. So it was an easy fix. It was just drill a hole, tap the hole, and flat washer and a tooth washer, and wham, you're ready to go. It's in there solid. So that was an easy fix for that, instead of, replacing the entire lug terminal strip thing. At least I considered it an easy fix. That's about all. I got another 7E6 tube on order, just because I think this one's a little weak and I was wanting to try a different one, and I don't have one. And these FM1000 tubes over here, you can't find those. I looked on eBay, I looked on other websites, and you just can't find them. So luckily mine is good, but I'd like to have another. The other thing I was going to tell you, whoever worked on this machine in the past, they strung it up backwards. So when you turned the dial, it was backwards. The string was backwards. And I never really realized it until my son was down here and we were trying to align it, and we realized, oh shit, that's strung up backwards. Somebody strung that up backwards. So my son totally undid the dial cords, both of them, and redid them. He's good at that, and he did a fantastic job, because it works properly now, and it's aligned and lubricated and cleaned, and it's working good. Yeah. My son is really good with the dial cord thing. He's really good with the small mechanics type stuff. He's basically the one that he got the motor going for this, and he got the dial cord going, and so basically I got to give him all the credit for working on this section here, the mechanical part of it. So yeah, it's all lined up. Voltages are good. New resistors, new capacitors. all new capacitors. Some of the resistors stayed, some went. It just depended on how they tested. And tray full of old crud there. Burned out crud. Burned out 1 watt resistors. So I replaced these with 330K metal film resistors, 1 watters. And hopefully they will last a while. Hopefully they won't burn up. The caps that were all blowed out in that section over here, I'm sure was part of the cause. But it's got all new caps now. And what else can I tell you? I'm going to start working on the phono. Probably going to mount this back in and see what kind of phono, see if the motor even runs, because I haven't tried that. And use the oscilloscope to align it, and that helped out a lot. My son bought me 2 RC